Sorry, y'all, I was on mute. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this video started. Praise Yah, all glory to Yah, all glory goes to the Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Yitzchak. Praise the Almighty Yah. And you see the title of the video, Meditate on Yah, Signs of King David. Praise Yah on this beautiful preparation night before Shabbat day. Oh, it feels so good to talk about my Elohim. I just love spreading the joy and the word of my Creator. Let's just turn to the east before we put our song on so we can say our prayer tonight. Okay, we're going to bow our heads, put our hands up. Praise Yah. Thank you for bringing me and my Hebrew family abroad, wherever they are, all online, in my home, together this preparation night before your beautiful Sabbath. I pray that we all can gain understanding before you by humbling ourselves and opening our minds and listening to your word as you guide us this day. And let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Yah, my strength and my Redeemer. Hallelujah. So, let's go ahead and play our song by G. Israel. Judge me. Hallelujah.
Judge me, cause I'm trying to walk in integrity. Got love for your wisdom, I told her marry me. Ain't focused on nobody, just a better me. Better me. Yahweh try me, advise me. Don't let no fool walk beside me. People falling for flattery, don't surprise me. Would've thought they weak, but they really poison ivy. Get thee far behind me, yeah. They ain't really ready. They ain't ready for the truth. I could've showed them if they let me. Before they listen, they refuse. They seek war, not wisdom. They love to talk, hate to listen. They wouldn't even know correction. If it was in their face and they hit them. Strife. With our own blood, we love to fight. But then we scream when they calling us nigga. But yet it seems we won't look in the mirror because it's ugly. They gon' hate the truth because it's ugly. Cause I ain't talking sweet, man, they don't love me. The wicked quick to flee, but I ain't budging. I guess we gon' see if I'm wrong when Yahweh judge me. Cause I'm trying to walk in integrity. Got love for your wisdom, I told her marry me. Ain't focused on nobody, just a better me. Better me. Yahweh try me, advise me. Don't let no fool walk beside me. People falling for flattery, don't surprise me. Would've thought they weak, but they really poison ivy. Get thee far behind me, yeah. Only Yahweh can open the eyes of our people. Oh, you Yahweh. Until that day we gonna have to strive with this evil. Have you forgot we got enemies, bigger enemies. They make plots against you and me. It's been centuries, yeah, they fought to keep us in chains, even mentally. But we fight with our brother's bane, the blood of our veins. BLM yelling on the streets again and again. But what is that? When it's black on black, they never complain. It's a fact, it's another trap. They playing with our brain, playing with our pain. And if I ever dare to do the same, then Yahweh judge me. Cause I'm trying to walk in integrity. Got love for your wisdom, I told her marry me. Ain't focused on nobody, just a better me. Better me. Yahweh try me, advise me. Don't let no fool walk beside me. People falling for flattery, don't surprise me. Would've thought they weak, but they really poison ivy. Get thee far behind me, yeah. Only Yahweh can open the eyes of our people. Until that day, we're gonna have to strive with this evil.
Praise Yah. Hello, hello, hello. Judge me, Yah. Praise the Almighty. So, welcome to another live. I am Javana Muhammad Yisrael, bringing another message to you from the Word of Yah. All glory goes to my Elohim. And let's turn our Word of Yah to Psalm chapter 119. Okay, in Psalm chapter 119, I'm going to start reading at the first verse. It reads, "Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of Yah. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies, and that seek him with the whole heart." Not the testimonies of Christ, mentioned in Revelation chapter 1, verse 2, but the testimonies in the Word of Yah. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies, and that seek him with the whole heart. They also do no iniquity. They walk in his ways. So this is not a people or person who walks in the ways of the world. They don't walk in the world with the world. You understand? As Christians like to say, worldly, right? This is a special type of person or people, right? Verse 4, "You have commanded us to keep your precepts diligently. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep your statutes. Then shall I not be ashamed, when I have respect unto all your commandments." Respect to all the Most High's commandments. If you're focused on doing that, you can't be focused on doing wickedly, right? "I will praise you with uprightness." We know what upright means. That is good. Doing everything correctly. Doing everything right. Who wouldn't want a creator like this? Someone who wants to give the world an upright heart. "When I shall have learned your righteous judgments." I will keep your statutes. O forsake me not utterly. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to your word. So this is how to have a pure way of life. Verse 10, with my whole heart have I sought you. O let me not wander from your commandments. So this man is not distracted by things going on outside of the law of the Creator. He's not distracted with disciples. He's not distracted with anything. He is totally focused and fixated on the law of Yah. Obsessed. You understand? We've never seen a man like this in our era, in our time. You understand? Okay? Give me a minute. Okay. We've never seen a man like this in our time. Not distracted by things that spiritually in connection with his Creator that don't profit him or his life, period. This man is so rare that we've never seen him in our time. In verse 11, it reads, your word have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin against you. Blessed are you, O Yah. Teach me your statutes. With my lips have I declared all the judgments of your mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of your testimonies as much as in all riches. I will meditate in your precepts and have respect unto your ways. I will delight myself in your statutes. I will not forget your word. So if you don't even know this word. You done forgot the word and you ain't trying to learn it again. You can just go on and scratch your name out as King David. You are not this man. You understand? 17. Deal bountifully with your servant, that I may live, and keep your word. Open you my eyes, or open thou my eyes, that I may behold wondrous things out of your law. I am a stranger in the earth. Hide not your commandments from me. So this man has become a stranger in the earth. I wonder who this man is. Right? He used to be the ruler of the earth, and he's become a stranger of the earth. Verse 20. My soul breaks for the longing that it has unto your judgments at all times. You have rebuked the proud that are cursed, which do err from your commandments. Remove from me reproach and contempt, for I have kept your testimony. Princes also did sit and speak against me, but your servant did meditate in your statutes. So he done had people in high places speaking horrible things about him. This man. But this man continued to meditate in the laws of Yah. He continues to do it. Your testimonies also are my delight and my counselors. My soul cleaves unto the dust. Quicken you me according to your word. I have declared my ways, and you heard me. Teach me your statutes. Make me to understand the way of your precepts. So shall I talk of your wondrous works. So these are just various signs of the Messiah that a lot of Christians today like to refer to the New Testament for, which is the Christ in the New Testament, right? They like to refer to him. Well, let's see what the Most High says about who this coming Messiah is and who this King is. And see if the signs match up with him. Remember, you have to fit the description. I don't care if your name is Christ. You have to fit the description. And if you don't fit the description, well, we're going to have to make an omission. Like, we're going to have to make an omission. We're going to have to delete it. We're going to have to scratch it out. Because it doesn't match. So let's continue. In verse 28, it reads, my soul melts for heaviness. Strengthen you me according unto your word. Remove from me the way of lying, and grant me your law graciously. I have chosen the way of truth. Your judgments have I laid before me. I have stuck unto your testimonies. O Yah, put me not to shame. I will run the way of your commandments. When you shall enlarge my heart, teach me, O Yah, the way of your statutes, and I shall keep it unto the end. Give me understanding, and I shall keep your law. Yea, I shall observe it with my whole heart. Make me to go in the path of your commandments, for therefore do I delight. I ain't heard no man speak like this yet, but we waiting, right? We are waiting, right? Verse 36. Incline my heart unto your testimonies, and not to covetousness. And we know it wasn't Paul, because I believe it was Romans chapter 7, was it? When he was talking about his struggle with covetousness in the law, right? Incline my heart unto your testimonies and not to covetousness. Verse 37. Turn away my eyes from beholding vanity, and quicken you me in your way. Quicken thou me in your way. Establish your word unto your servant, who is devoted to your fear. Turn away my reproach, which I fear, for your judgments are good. See, this man wants to be judged. He wants to be judged by the Creator. He wants to be judged. This is not a man who fears judgment. As a matter of fact, it's a man who's coming to bring judgment. And Christ said he wasn't coming to judge the world. He don't judge. You see? This man doesn't fear being judged. This man loves judgment. This man loves correction. I know you're not going to call him a simp. I know you're not going to call the holy man, the king of the world, a simp. This is why most men do not fit this description. Because he's rare. Rare, more rare than fine gold. He's so rare. You understand? And it's not just some nice person, this nice guy just because he's nice. No, he has certain qualities about him. That no other man seemed to possess. No other men or man seems to possess. We've never seen this man in our lifetime. This is a perfect man. Do you understand? Verse 40. Behold, I have longed after your precepts. Quicken me in your righteousness. Let your mercies come also unto me, O Yah, even your salvation, according to your word. So shall I have wherewith to answer him that reproacheth me, for I trust in your word. And take not the word of truth utterly out of my mouth, for I have hoped in your judgments. So shall I keep your law continually forever and ever. And we all know that there's no man on the earth keeping these laws that we can see as a shining example, a shining light. And he's going to reveal himself when the time is right. Do you understand? In verse 45, and I will walk at liberty, for I seek your precepts. I will speak of your testimonies also before kings, and will not be ashamed. And I will delight myself in your commandments, which I have loved. So this man is all about the Most High's commandments. This man is all about Yah. This man is all about the Creator's law. All about the Creator's law. He's not distracted by the things outside. He's not worrying about the things that people are fighting about and all the grievances, because, you know, everyone's going to come to him with their grievances. You understand? He is so caught up in doing the right thing and doing the law. Y'all don't even know where he's at. Praise YAH. In verse 44 or verse 45, it reads, and I will walk at liberty, for I seek your precepts. I will speak of your testimonies also before kings, and will not be ashamed. And I will delight myself in your commandments, which I have loved. My hands also will I lift up unto your commandments, which I have loved, and I will meditate in your statutes. Remember the word unto your servant, upon which you have caused me to hope. This is my comfort in my affliction, for your word has quickened me. The proud have had me greatly in derision, yet have I not declined from your law. So this man has been through a lot. You understand? He's been afflicted. I wonder who this man is. He hasn't departed from the Most High's law, though. He's still doing the right thing. In verse 52, I remembered your judgments of old, O Yah, and have comforted myself. He remembered the judgments of old. He remembered Yah's word, Yah's law. See, he wasn't caught up in what's going in today's society. He remembered the judgments of old. That's what he delights in. And not of old 50, 60 years ago, but we're talking old thousands of years ago. Because we all know the ancients were closest to the Creator, right? Verse 53, horror has taken hold upon me, because of the wicked that forsake your law. Your statutes have been my songs in the house of my pilgrimage. Verse 55. I have remembered your name, O Yah, in the night, and have kept your law. This I had because I kept your precepts. You understand? This man is going to keep and is keeping Yah's precepts. You are my portion, O Yah. I have said that I would keep your words. I entreated your favor with my whole heart. Be merciful unto me according to your word. I thought on my ways and turned my feet unto your testimonies. I made haste and delayed not to keep your commandments. The bands of the wicked have robbed me, but I have not forgotten your law. At midnight I will rise to give thanks unto you because of your righteous judgment. I am a companion of all them that fear you. He said he's not a companion of the world. He didn't come to save the world. Christ came to save the world, remember? The earth, O Yah, is full of your mercy. Teach me your statutes. You have dealt well with your servant, O Yah, according unto your word. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I have believed your commandments. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now have I kept your word. You are good and doest good. Teach me your statutes. He keeps begging the Most High to teach him the laws of the Creator. I don't hear any man saying that. I don't. Now, I will say there are men in this world that I see trying to keep the Most High's commandments to the best of their abilities. And that is a wonderful thing. But there's a whole lot more who are just in chaos and confusion and trying to lead people astray. I see more of that than anything. And this man who's begging the Most High, we don't even know where he's at. Praise Yah. Verse 69. The proud have forged a lie against me, but I will keep your precepts with my whole heart. Their heart is as fat as grease, but I delight in your law. We've had a lot of leaders rise up in the past, great leaders. Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, the King Jr. But none of these men were delighting in the Most High's law. and teaching the law of the Creator. They were teaching the visions of man, of their own dream, um, their own religion, right? But they weren't teaching the laws of the true and living Creator, the Creator's law, the one who created all things, that has a whole manual teaching you how to keep the Creator's law. Who wouldn't want that? Who would want a religion or an idol over the law of the Creator, who never told you to make an idol of Him at all? Who never told you to make anything for yourself, to bow down and worship it? Because that's against the commandments in Exodus 20. I got so much to share tonight. I'm just so excited, y'all. But let's keep going. Um, in verse 72, it reads, "The law of your mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver." He doesn't even delight in money. You understand? And it doesn't say he doesn't have money. He just doesn't delight in it. You understand? In verse 73, it reads, "Your hands have made me and fashioned me. Give me understanding, that I may learn your commandments." Verse 74, "They that fear you will be glad when they see me, because I have hoped in your word." And he's letting them know they're going to be glad when they see me. Who is the author of this particular psalm? This was a psalm written by King David, inspired by who? Yah. We're going to prove this. Listen. Verse 75. "I know, O Yah, that your judgments are right, and that you in faithfulness has afflicted me. Let, I beg you, your merciful kindness be for my comfort, according to your word unto your servant. Let your tender mercies come unto me, that I may live. For your law is my delight. Let the proud be ashamed, for they dealt perversely with me, without a cause. But I will meditate in your precepts. I will meditate in your precepts." We're going to prove who the Messiah is. We're going to prove who the King is. You understand? "Let those that fear you turn unto me, and those that have known your testimonies. Let my heart be sound in your statutes, that I be not ashamed. My soul faints for your salvation, but I hope in your word. My eyes fail for your word, saying, when will you comfort me? For I am become like a bottle in the smoke, yet do I forget your statutes. How many are the days of your servant? When will you execute judgment on them that persecute me? Right? The proud have digged pits for me, which are not after your law. All your commandments are faithful. They persecute me wrongfully. Help you me. And I think a lot of our brothers can relate that they've been persecuted without cause, wrongfully. These are one of the many signs of who your Messiah is, who your King is. You understand? And we'll see if Christ of the New Testament fits the description. In verse 87, it reads, they had almost consumed me upon earth, but I forsook not your precepts. See, he didn't get out of prison and continue doing wrong, doing crime, and all these things, or he didn't get out of a bad situation. The Most High didn't save him out of a horrible situation, and he continued down the wrong path and doing the wrong thing. This man was so special and is so special, he continues to do the right thing, even after going through all of the BS. Verse 88. Quicken me after your loving kindness, so shall I keep the testimony of your mouth. Forever, O Yah, your word is settled in heaven. Your faithfulness is unto all generations. You have established the earth, and it abideth. They continue this day according to your ordinances, for all are your servants. Unless your law had been my delights, I should then have perished in my affliction. You understand? If he didn't have the Most High when he was going through his affliction, he wouldn't have made it. That's how serious his testimony is. You understand? This man has been through hell and back. You understand? In verse 94, it reads, I am thine. Save me, for I have sought your precepts. The wicked have waited for me to destroy me, but I will consider your testimonies. I have seen an end of all perfection, but your commandment is exceeding broad. Oh, how love I your law! It is my meditation all the day. Do you hear this? This man meditates on doing the right thing all day. Where he at? Okay? Where is he? He meditates on doing the right thing all day. So this tells you right here that whatever it is that you meditate on is what you worship. And if you're not meditating on the law of the Creator, you are worshiping man, whether you realize it or not, because you're glorifying man in all of your doings. Do you understand? Meditating on the Creator is what we're supposed to be doing as the creation. Verse 92. You are, thou through your commandments has made me wiser than my enemies, for they are ever with me. I have more understanding than all my teachers, for your testimonies are my meditation. Wow, this man is all he doing. All he's doing. He knows the Most High's law so well. Okay? Wow. Verse 100. I understand more than the ancients, because I keep your precepts. I have refrained my feet from every evil way, that I might keep your word. He said he's refrained his feet from every evil way. Do we all know what evil means? Of course we do. And he's refrained his feet from every evil way. He doesn't do what any of the majority is doing at all. He has no desire to. He's already been through it, and there is no temptation. You understand? Verse 102. I have not departed from your judgments, for you have taught me. How sweet are your words unto my taste. Yes, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Oh my goodness. Through your precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way. Your word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. I have sworn, and I will perform it, that I will keep your righteous judgments. But Christ tells you not to swear anything to the Most High. Okay? Verse 107. I am afflicted very much. Quicken me, O Yah, according unto your word. Accept, I beseech you, the free will offerings of my mouth, O Yah, and teach me your judgments. My soul is continually in my hand, yet do I not forget your law. The wicked have laid a snare for me, yet I erred not from your precepts. Your testimonies have I taken as a heritage forever, for they are the rejoicing of my heart. I have inclined my heart to perform your statutes alway, even unto the end. Woo! This is something to aspire to be. Yeah, we all should be trying to practice this right here. You feel me? For real. This is somebody that I would look up to. Not idolize, but this is definitely somebody I would look up to. In verse 111, your testimonies have I taken as a heritage forever, for they are the rejoicing of my heart. I have inclined my heart to perform your statutes always, even unto the end. Even unto the end. You hear this? This is not somebody who is just a king for a certain era, a certain time period, and then they died and they just didn't become king no more because they died after that. This is somebody who has been king and will continue to be king till the end. You understand? Verse 113, I hate vain thoughts, but your law do I love. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. I hope in your word. Depart from me, you evil doers, for I will keep the commandments of my God. He said, depart from me, you evil doers. He ain't trying to hang with him. He said, depart from me. You understand? Let's go to Psalm. Let's hold that chapter. We're going to come back to Psalm 119. But let's hold that and let's go to Psalm chapter 1. In Psalm chapter 1, I'm going to start reading in the first verse. And let's begin reading. It says, blessed is the man that walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of the sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in Yah, the law of Yah, and in his law does he meditate day and night. Okay. Now, let's turn our Bibles to the testimonies of Christ. Let's go to Luke chapter 5. In Luke chapter 5, we're going to see if Christ fit that description. Does he fit that description that we just read? Don't walk with the ungodly and the sinners. Right? Let's start reading at verse 29. And Levi made him a great feast in his own house. And there was a great company of publicans and of others that sat down with him. But their scribes and Pharisees murmured against his disciples, saying, why do you eat and drink with publicans and sinners? And Christ answering said unto them, they that are whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. So he eats and he drinks with the ungodly and the sinners. So I would have to say that he doesn't fit that description of the king that is coming by Yah at the hand of the Creator. But let's turn our Bibles back to the Word of Yah in Psalm 119 in verse 115. I'm going to continue reading. And it says, depart from me, you evildoers, for I will keep the commandments of my Elohim. So he's not sitting down having food and drinks with evildoers. Verse 116, it says, "Uphold me according unto your word, that I may live, and let me not be ashamed of my hope. Hold you me up, and I shall be safe, and I will have respect unto your statutes continually. Thou have trodden down all them that err from your statutes, for their deceit is falsehood. Thou puttest away all the wicked of the earth like dross. Therefore I love your testimonies. My flesh trembles for fear of you, and I am afraid of your judgments." You understand? He still has a righteous fear of the Creator, although he welcomes judgment. That's very wise. Who wouldn't fear the judgment of the Creator? But he welcomes it. In verse 121, "I have done judgment and justice. Leave me not to my oppressors." He has done judgment and justice. Leave me not to mine oppressors. I wonder who this man could be. Verse 122, "Be surety for your servant for good. Let not the proud oppress me. My eyes fail for your salvation, and for the word of your righteousness." So this one man who couldn't save the world is begging Yah to come back so that the Most High's judgment can judge the world. So I don't believe Christ fits that description. He said he came to save the world, and that you're saved through him. But this man could not save the world, and he's begging for the Creator's judgment. Verse 124, "Deal with your servant according unto your mercy, and teach me your statutes. I am your servant. Give me understanding, that I may know your testimonies. It is time for you, Yah, to work, for they have made void your law." And how have they successfully made the law void? Well, by adding the New Testament. And if the Most High is telling you, if the Word of Yah is telling you that the law was made void, then Christianity, the most popular religion in the world, couldn't be the right thing, couldn't be the right path. Verse 127, "Therefore I love your commandments above gold." Yeah, above fine gold. So this man is not a greedy pastor or anyone trying to scam you and take your money and food out of your kids' mouths. No, this is not a man like that. In fact, this man values the commandments of the Creator over any money. Verse 8, therefore, I esteem all your precepts concerning all things to be right. And I hate every false way. So this man is not a liar and a cheat and a steal. Verse 129, your testimonies are wonderful. Therefore does my soul keep them. The entrance of your words give light. It gives understanding unto the simple. I opened my mouth and panted, or painted, or panted, like a dog, for I longed for your commandments. Look thou upon me, and be merciful unto me, as thou usest to do unto those that love thy name. Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me. Man is not a man that walks in sin. He's making this very clear. He doesn't walk in iniquity. And sin doesn't control his life and his ways and his moving and goings. Verse 134, deliver me from the oppression of man. He wants to be delivered from the oppression of man. So it's not even a gender thing. It's a matter of right and wrong. Verse 135, make your face to shine upon your servant, and teach me your statutes. Rivers of waters run down my eyes, because they keep not your law. So this man cries, and he cries because the law is not being kept in the world, in the earth. He cries over the Creator's law. You understand? I haven't seen this man in our lifetime. In verse 137, it reads, righteous art thou, O Yah, and upright are thy judgments. Your testimonies that thou hast commanded are righteous and very faithful. My zeal has consumed me, because my eyes have forgotten thy words. Because my enemies have forgotten thy words. Thy word is very pure, therefore thy servant loveth it. He loves the pureness and the righteousness and the holiness. Oh my goodness. Wow. Verse 141, I am small and despised. Yes, because he's rare. Yet do not I forget your precepts. Your righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and your law is the truth. Trouble and anguish have taken hold on me, yet your commandments are my delights. The righteousness of your testimonies is everlasting. Give me understanding, and I shall live. Yes. I cried with my whole heart. Hear me, O Yah. I will keep your statutes. He said, I will keep. If no other man on the planet wants to keep your law, I will. Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. Verse 146, I cried unto you, save me, and I shall keep your testimonies. I prevented the dawning of the morning and cried. I hoped in your word. My eyes prevent the night watches, that I might meditate in your word. Oh man, this man is writing poems to the Creator. This is like, oh my goodness. He's writing letters to the Most High. He's doing all of that. Not only is he a musician, an artist, this man, he begs to the Most High. He cries over the Most High's law. He wants judgment. He has a righteous fear of Yah. He's persecuted and afflicted. He's gone through hell, and he's still doing the right thing. Verse 149. Hear my voice according unto your loving kindness. O Yah, quicken me according to your judgment. They draw nigh that follow after mischief. They are far from the law, far from your law. Thou art near, O Yah, and all your commandments are truth. Concerning your testimonies, I have known them forever. Forever. You see this? The Most High's law is forever. I have known of old that you have founded them forever. So you can't do away with them. Even the Most High said, it says in the word of Yah, I should say, in the word of Yah, that the law is void, right? In the land now, the law is void. That's why the world is in chaos and all this wickedness is happening, because they're not following the laws of the Creator. The Most High's law stands forever, and the Most High founded them forever. Okay? The word of Yah is letting you know this. Not the testimonies of Christ or any other book, but the law stands forever. Whether you agree with the law or not. They like to say in America, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Well, what about when it comes to the law of the Creator? The law of earth? What about that law? The law that we're supposed to be following and keeping. Is ignorance an excuse to not know that law? And verse 153, consider my affliction and deliver me, for I do not forget your law. Plead my cause and deliver me. Quicken me according to your word. Salvation is far from the wicked, for they seek not your statutes. They don't seek the Most High statutes. How can you think that this current world is going to be saved, especially with all the wickedness going on in it? I don't even understand anyone would want to save this current world. But if you want to save this current world, why not try changing your wicked ways so that there can be a true change and true salvation can come? And then there won't be any more suffering, any more children suffering, and people, innocent people suffering. Without cause. Wrongfully persecuted. In verse 156 it reads, "Great are your tender mercies, O Yah, quicken me according to your judgments. Many are my persecutors and mine enemies, yet do I not decline from your testimonies. I beheld the transgressors and was grieved, because they kept not your word. Consider how I love your precepts. Quicken me, O Yah, according to your loving kindness. Your word is true from the beginning, and every one of your righteous judgments endureth forever." Princes have persecuted me without a cause, but my heart stands in awe of your word. I rejoice at your word as one that finds great spoil. I hate and abhor lying, but your law do I love. 7 times a day do I praise thee because of your righteous judgments. Wow. He knows how many times a day he's praising the Most High. He's counting it. He's counting how many times he praises the Creator, keeping track of it. That's how much he loves the Most High. He's doing things that a man I've never seen or heard of any man doing. That's what he writing in his journal daily, right? Praise YAH. Verse 162. I rejoice at your word as one that finds great spoil. I read that. I hate and abhor lying, but your law do I love. 7 times a day do I praise thee because of your righteous judgments. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. Yah, I have hoped for your salvation and done your commandments. My soul has kept your testimonies, and I love them exceedingly. I have kept your precepts and your testimonies, for all my ways are before thee. Let my cry come near before thee, O Yah. Give me understanding according to your word. Let my supplication come before thee. Deliver me according to thy word. My lips shall utter praise when you have taught me your statutes. My tongue shall speak of your word, for all your commandments are righteousness. Verse 173. Let your hand help me, for I have chosen your precepts. I have longed for your salvation, O Yah, and your law is my delight. Let my soul live, and it shall praise thee, and let your judgments help me. I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek your servant, for I do not forget your commandments. So this man is lost like a sheep. I wonder who this could be. Christ didn't seem to be too lost. I'm just saying, right? He was coming to gather multitudes of people and multitudes to follow him, right? But this man here is lost like a sheep without a shepherd. Let's turn our books now to Isaiah 26, because we're going to Continue looking for the signs of this man's appearance. Let's start reading at verse 3. And it reads, Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusts in thee. So this man is in perfect peace because his mind is stayed on Yah, right? So again, like we said before, this man is not distracted by anything that's going on outside of the laws of Yah. He's focused. He's meditating on Yah's law. His mind is at perfect peace because it stays on the Creator, right? Um, let's go to Psalm chapter 49. And let's start at verse 1. And it reads, Hear this, all ye people. Give ear, all you inhabitants of the world, both low and high, rich and poor, together. My heart or my mouth shall speak of wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall be of understanding. So, whoever this man is, he speaks of wisdom, and the meditation of his heart is of understanding. So he understands. He has great wisdom and understanding. He can understand our people. He can understand judgment. He has wisdom in many things and experience, right? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 8. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're not going to. Well, yeah, let's go to Isaiah chapter 8. Let's start at Isaiah chapter 8. And this will be perfect to start off with. Um, let's start at verse 20 in Isaiah chapter 8. And it reads, To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. So, if you're looking for a leader and you're looking for a king, if he's not speaking according to this word, the word of Yah, it is because there is no light in him. You understand? There is no light in him if he's not speaking according to this word. Now keep that in mind as we see if Christ of the New Testament fits this description, right? Let's see if Christ of the New Testament fits this description. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5. And we're going to start at verse 19. Come on now. Okay. In verse 19 it says, "Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven." Okay. So remember, Christ said he didn't come to talk to the righteous. He came to talk to the sinners. So he's not talking to the righteous. So he can't be talking to this man who is coming to lead Yah's people. You can't be talking to that righteous man. In verse 20, it says, "To you that accept your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. You have heard that it was said of them of old time, You shall not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment." Well, that is not a commandment in the word of Yah. So listen carefully. Is this man keeping the law? Is he teaching the law? Or is he changing the law? Is he adding to the law and taking away, which is commanded not to do? Let's go down to verse 31 in the same chapter. And it reads, "It has been said, Whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced commits adultery." So he's changed the law of divorcement. The Most High gave you the law of divorcement in the word of Yah. But he is changing it right before your eyes. And you're a witness to this. Those who call yourself Christian, that you are witnesses to Christ changing the law of the Creator. Let's go down to verse 38. And this is just a couple of laws. Verse 38 says, "You have heard that it has been said, An eye for an eye, and tooth for tooth. But I say unto you, that you resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite you on your right cheek, turn to him the other also." Your witnesses, because this is Christ speaking. This is from the mouth of Christ. This is from the testimonies of Christ. This is his gospel. Do you understand? This is his commandment. If the Most High tells you an eye for an eye and tooth for tooth, that's what it is. Because what did we read in Psalm 119? The Most High's law has been established for what? Forever. So that means even Christ cannot come and change it. Do you understand? Christ can't come and change the law of the Creator. No one can. And not only does he tell you to forget the law, eye for an eye and tooth for tooth, but he said, resist not evil. You should just suffer. That sounds like an oppressive God. But you call the God of the Old oppressive. You call him a horrible God. Let's go to, and that's just a few verses showing you that he couldn't possibly be King David. Now, do I want to stay in this? Yeah, let's move on. Let's actually stay in the chapter because then I want to take you somewhere else. All right. So let's scroll down to verse 43. And it says, "You have heard that it has been said, thou shalt love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you." So he's telling you to do something opposite of what the Most High has already established. Let's go to Genesis. He said to bless those that curse you. Well, let's see what the Most High says. In Genesis chapter 12, and let's start at verse 1. So it reads, "Now Yah has said unto Abram, Get thee out of your country, and from your kindred, and from your father's house, unto a land that I will show you. And I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you, and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless you, and curse him that curse you. And in you all families of the earth be blessed." So if the Most High is going to bless those who bless his children and curse those who curse his children, then what is Christ talking about in Matthew chapter 5? To bless those that curse you. This is a totally different doctrine. You have to open your eyes and see this. Because again, you are witnesses to these testimonies. You're witnesses to the testimonies of Christ being a false doctrine. That doesn't mean that doesn't make you a part of the false doctrine. I think a lot of our people get caught up in the idol worship so much that they connect themselves to the doctrine of the idol. But you are not a part of that doctrine if you just separate yourself. You're not a part of that doctrine. Your history is in the Word of Yah. Your doctrine, your description, your culture, your ethnicity, nationality, even race is in the Word of Yah. Do you understand? It's all there. You don't have to worship the idol of your oppressor anymore. Let's go to Matthew chapter 19. Let's go to Matthew chapter 19. Let's start at verse 16. And I want you to listen very carefully to this. Listen very carefully. Because, in previous studies, we've talked about what the Most High requires for you to have life. Well, listen to what Christ says in Matthew chapter 19, verse 16. "And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why call you me good? Why are you calling me good? There is none good but one, that is Elohim." So this right here tells you he ain't even about all of that. I'm good. He tells you right here he's not good. He said he's not good. Did you hear that? I'm not good. And he hangs with sinners. He eats and drinks with sinners. But you're following a person that tells you up front they're not good. He didn't lie to you when he said that. He says, but if you will enter into life, keep the commandments. He said unto him, which? Christ said, you shall do no murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness. Honor your father and your mother, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself. So he didn't even name all 10 commandments. He just named 6. And really, love thy neighbor as yourself is not one of the 10 commandments. So he got that wrong. And then he names 5 commandments in Exodus 20, right? Which are not all the commandments. But notice the one commandment he did not name, that he did not start off with. The very first commandment. Thou shalt not worship idols. The most important commandment. Christ failed to tell you not to do that. In the commandments he named to him, he's supposed to be looked up to as a saint, or as holy, or as the Messiah, or the King, and he doesn't know the 10 commandments. And the king that we read about in Psalm 119 knows the Most High's law because he meditates on it all day. In verse 18 it says, he says unto him, well, I already read that. Is that? Yeah, I already read that. In verse 20 it reads, the young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet? Verse 21. Christ said unto him, if you will be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come follow me. So he's not upholding the law at all, in any way. He's saying to this man that wants to know what he needs to do. If someone's coming and they're inquiring about salvation from the Creator, surely you should know, calling yourself worthy of worship and being holy, right? Why don't you know the laws of the Creator? Why don't you rehearse the laws? Why aren't all laws kept by you? Why aren't all the laws known and spoken from you? You're supposed to be upholding the law if you are the true king. But you just name a couple things here and there and say, okay, now go and get, and that's what you do to keep the law. No. If this man, let me tell you something. Let's keep reading this next verse, and then I'm gonna explain something. So, verse 21 says, Christ said unto him, or verse 22 says, but when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. Then said Christ unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. What? But I thought you came to speak to the sinners. What kind of a leader is that? To send you on about your way after you ask them what you need to be doing to do the right thing, and they just, well, go on about your way. And then he turns around and says, I came to speak to the sinners? So if you specialize in speaking to sinners, why would you turn any sinner away? And then talked about him behind his back. So let's go to Jeremiah chapter 23. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 23. And I'm going to go, I'm going to begin reading at verse 20. The anger of Yah shall not return until he has executed, until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. In the latter days you shall consider it perfectly. Verse 21. I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. He didn't send Christ. He didn't send these prophets, but they ran. They ran. All of them. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. They prophesy, but they don't even lead and teach the words of the Creator and the laws of the Creator. They're holy, but they don't teach the laws of the Creator. They don't practice the laws of the Creator. They're the kings and the leaders, but they don't teach righteousness. They don't teach the law of the Creator. Let's go to Ezekiel. So let's see who. Let's see who fits this description. Because so far we've already debunked that Christ does not. Do you understand? Just with a few verses, we can continue going. But once you see one flaw, and then you see two flaws, you don't really... Should you see any more? I mean, do we need to keep looking for the flaws? Continue. If something is just not adding up and lining up, it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. So let's see who fits the description of who the Most High says the Most High is going to make king. In Ezekiel chapter 34. Okay, in Ezekiel chapter 34, we're going to start reading at the 21st verse. And it reads, because you have thrust with side and with shoulder, and pushed all the diseased with your horns, till you have scattered them abroad, therefore will I save my flock, and they shall no more be a prey. And I will judge between cattle and cattle, and I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, even my servant David. He shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd. And I, Yah, will be their king, and my servant David a prince among them. I, Yah, have spoken it. And I will make with them a covenant of peace, and will cause the evil beast to cease out of the land, and they shall dwell safely in the wilderness and sleep in the woods. So this has not happened yet, because there is no covenant of peace in the world right now. This hasn't happened. Do you understand? And he clearly states David will be king. David, Dawid. You understand? Now let's go to Ezekiel chapter 37 so we can continue looking for the signs of King David. Ezekiel chapter 37, and we're going to start reading in the 21st verse. And it reads, "And say unto them, Thus saith Yah Elohim, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, where they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king of them all. And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions." You see? Because these idols, these idols that we like to uplift and put up on a pedestal over the Creator and over anything, we usually take them out of the land that we were in captivity. Did you know that in Egypt they worshipped bulls? And in the wilderness, the children of Israel after captivity worshipped bulls, the golden calf. They took the idol of their oppressor, who was given to them by their oppressor, with them when they were freed from captivity. So this is nothing new to the Israelites. And the Most High told us that we would be going back into Egypt on ships this time. So look at what you're doing. Are you worshiping the Creator, or are you worshiping the idol of your oppressor? And it says, "But I will save them out of all their dwelling places, wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their Elohim. And David, my servant, shall be king over them. And they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments, and observe my statutes, and do them. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they, and their children, and their children's children, forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them." You see this again? "It shall be an everlasting covenant with them, and I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore." This obviously has not happened yet. And I'm pretty sure that if it was the Christ of the New Testament that fit this description, don't you think that would be his name there instead of David? As a matter of fact, Christ is not mentioned, is not in the word of Yah, not one time. Just like the word of Yah, the Most High never speaks in the testimonies of Christ, not one time will it say, "Thus saith Yah," or "Thus saith the Lord." Not one time. But the Most High makes it very clear that David shall be the prince forever, and there will be an everlasting covenant of peace with the Most High's people, and the world will be at peace as a result. No justice, no peace, right? Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 9. And let's start reading at verse 6. And it reads, "For unto us a child is born." You understand? "Unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. And his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty of Elohim, the Everlasting of the Father, or of the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace." Why? Because there's going to be a covenant of peace forever. Verse 9, "Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end, upon the throne of David, and upon his kingdom, to order it, and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forevermore. The zeal of Yah of hosts will perform this." So you don't have to keep waiting on the Christ of the New Testament, because he's not coming. Do you understand? But I'll tell you who's being raised up. Who's being raised up is King David. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 30. In Jeremiah chapter 30, I am going to start reading at the 8th verse. And it reads, "For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yah of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off your neck, and will burst your bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve Yah their Elohim, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them." The Most High is raising this man up, King David, right? So there's no confusion about it. There shouldn't be any confusion about it at all. Okay, let me go back to something. Okay, this here. Not the one. Okay, so now let's look at the requirements for a king over Israel, right? Because our people, we always look up to a king. So in Deuteronomy chapter 20 or Deuteronomy chapter 17, and this will be the last verse, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap up the Bible study. And let's start reading at the 14th verse of Deuteronomy 17. So it says, "When thou art come unto the land which Yah your Elohim gives you, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yah your Elohim shall choose." It's going to be a man that the Creator has chosen himself. You understand? The Creator has to choose him. Christ knew that much. He knew to tell the masses that much, that God sent me. But the Most High knew to tell you in Jeremiah 23 that he has not, in Jeremiah 23, 21 to 22, he has not sent these prophets, but they ran. They're always going to say that God sent me. Don't you know that's the words of a slick talker? That's the words of a false prophet. God said to me to tell you, God sent me. They love to say that. In verse 15 it reads, "Thou shalt in any wise set him king over you, whom Yah your Elohim shall choose. One from among your brethren shall you set king over you." So it can't be somebody that's not a part of your people. That's the first thing. You may not set a stranger over you, which is not your brother. Do you understand? You never vote for someone who is not your people. So don't let anyone make you feel ashamed. Did you just vote for them because they're black? Yes, I did. Not me personally, but that's nothing to be ashamed of. To say that you choose someone who is of your people to be over you. Every nation does that. Do you understand? That's why they want you to choose one of theirs to rule. So they'll have more control over everyone. It's a game they play. But that's the first part. And these are the laws regarding the choosing a king over you in your land. This is not just I'm in the land of my captivity and I have to play by their rules and vote for their candidates, who they have to choose from. This is who the Most High chooses. Do you understand? Someone that's from your land, one of your people. No matter where you're scattered in the four corners of the earth, it will be one of your people, Israel, one of your men to set over you. In verse 16, "But he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt, to the end that he should multiply horses. For as much as Yah has said unto you, you shall henceforth return no more that way." So it's not just a matter of choosing someone who's of your brother. The Most High is letting you know there's rules for him too. It gets stricter. There's a certain criteria that has to be followed. He can't multiply things to himself. He's not greedy, a greedy politician. You understand? He's not going to return you to the ways of Egypt. He's not going to lead you back to Egypt first, uh, metaphorically, and then he's not going to lead you back to Egypt physically. Because when you start following the ways of Egypt, well, you go back into captivity, right? So he's not leading you back into the ways of captivity. He's not going to have the ways of America about him. Remember, this man is different from most men. In verse 17, it reads, neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away. Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold. So when men do this, and then they claim they want to be king, the Most High is telling you that he does not agree with this. He doesn't agree with the king. Just because the king might have done it doesn't make it right. The Most High doesn't agree with it. You understand? This king is disciplined. And not just that, he's not going to greatly multiply himself silver and gold, money. He's not just here to rob the poor and take from the have-nots. He's a just king. He's not a king that's coming to come and take from you. He's not going to have those traits like a lot of men do. So they have to scratch their names off from being this king, right? And verse 18, and it shall be when he sits upon the throne of his kingdom that he shall write him a copy of this law in a book out of that which is before the priests, the Levites. Christ did not do that. Christ did not write a copy of this law in a book out of which is before the priests, the Levites. And if he did not teach the law in this book. He didn't write it. I can guarantee you that. And he never said he wrote the law in this book. So that disqualifies him. He doesn't fit the description. Verse 19, and it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life, that he may learn to fear Yah his Elohim, to keep all the words of this law and these statutes to do them, that his heart be not lifted up above his brethren, and that he turn not aside from the commandment to the right hand or to the left, to the end that he may prolong his days in his kingdom, he and his children in the midst of Israel. Christ was never prophesied to have children. He was never prophesied to have children. So who is this man, right? This man is the man that those who want to uplift the law of the Creator, those who want to keep the Creator first, those who want to do the right thing, those people who want to turn from their wickedness, their sins, right? We should be looking for this man. this is the man that we should be looking for. Because that's how you know that the law of the Creator is about to be established again with all people. You understand? So that is all I wanted to share today. I hope that those listening received some understanding, received full understanding in the message, and will continue to do the right thing. I love you all. Praise the Almighty Yah. All glory goes to the Most High Yah. I hope everyone has a happy Sabbath.
Seems like forever we've been tearing up. When will our face dry? We living in some terrible times, surrounded by these fake smiles, and nobody hearing us. No matter how loud we cry, they won't hesitate to lay us down, even in the daytime. I see my people cursed, only I can lift it. Suffering from a broken spirit, only I can fix it. You paint a picture vivid, yeah, I must admit it. Deuteronomy 28, when will your people get it? Forgot your commandments, now our foes commanding us, trying to put some fear in us, cause they the ones who scared of us. They even shoot us down when our hands is up. Everything but these curses bound to abandon us. I remember working in blizzards without a coat. I remember my sister whipped and my wife groped. I remember being forced to serve an idol. When I prayed, I saw my foes face when my eyes closed. I remember plotting, planning on my great escape. I remember when I slept, hoping I never wake. But make no mistake, I was picking up a rake before the day break. Oh yeah, I remember. I even remember watching my son die, but my routine stayed the same soon as the sunrise. What can possibly justify all this genocide? Born with a vicious and wicked casually coincide. I remember whips and I remember dogs. I remember rips and I remember scars. I remember through the eyes of my ancestors. Open up your eyes and see we ain't better. Don't you see we tearing up? When will our face dry? We living in some terrible times, surrounded by these fake smiles, and nobody hearing us. No matter how loud we cry, they won't hesitate to lay us down, even in the daytime. I see my people cursed, only I can lift it. Suffering from a broken spirit, only I can fix it. You paint a picture vivid, yeah, I must admit it. Deuteronomy 28, when will your people get it? Forgot your commandments, now our foes commanding us, trying to put some fear in us, cause they the ones who scared of us. They even shoot us down when our hands is up. Everything but these curses bound to abandon us. I remember frantically knocking for an open door. I remember my house torch, I'm from the second floor. I remember I fought they battles, helped them when they war, just to return to them shackles and way worse than before. Now we buying all they brands, just like sweet, they were branding us. We don't buy no lands, but we quick to keep change on us. Just like sweet from one man, whole clans were ganging up, calling for some help, didn't work when they hang us up. And I remember mobs and I remember ropes. I remember being beaten as the mobs joked. I remember the noose tightened around my throat. And I remember this being the better hope. Our enemies gather in public and gather in secret to separate us by skin color and all our features. It was evil genius, and to this day we thinking unity's a weakness. This is the reason we still tearing up. When will our face dry? We living in some terrible times, surrounded by these fake smiles, and nobody hearing us. No matter how loud we cry, they won't hesitate to lay us down, even in the daytime. Don't trust in politics, a fool, be that optimistic. We're suffering from a problem, only y'all can fix it. You paint the picture vivid, yeah, I must admit it. Deuteronomy 28, when your people get it. Forgot your commandments, now our foes commending us, trying to put some fear in us, cause they the ones who scared of us. They even shoot us down when our hands is up. Everything but these curses bound to abandon us.